Good morning, Shane. So excited that we get a chance to connect today. How are you doing today?
We're doing awesome. Terrific. Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Well, we are just thrilled to have you join the TTC community in Santa Fe for the Wisdom for Better Tourism Retreat. To start out with, would you mind just taking a moment and just kind of introducing yourself, sort of who you are and what's your story?
Sure. My full name is Shannon, but I go by Shane, so Shane Sutherland, and I am a wealth advisor. And what that means is I help people with their money and transfer their money between different generations. So investing and helping find purpose with their money. And so that's really what we're about. That is our core. I am the CEO of Simple Impact. We are located here in Reno, Nevada, just 20 minutes down the hill from Lake Tahoe. And we've been here for only 3 years. Before that, I was in Los Angeles, and I still have family in Southern Oregon. And we're naturalists. We love the natural world. And whenever we traveled, we would always come to a place like RenoTahoe, where we could walk in the forest and golf and ski and be in the lake. And this place is so magical that for me, waking up here every day is like being on vacation, and definitely gives us a opportunity to connect with our higher spirit through nature in this location on a daily basis. So
Wow.
as trying to bring this in full circle to our business with Simple Impact, we do ESG investing. We also do gender lens, which means applying a proprietary set of measurements onto our investment choices, and recognizing that controlling capital is a very important way to bring equality and diversity into the world.
Wow, what an incredible life mission. And it sounds so beautiful there. I kind of want to just be myself over there right now. I really appreciate the deep connection to nature and its wisdom, very much so. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
The next thing we just want to chat about is what called you to the Wisdom Retreat for Better Tourism?
Well, actually, Jake did. Jake
Okay.
Halpert. So I'm part of the Southern Oregon University Foundation, and I'm on the board of trustees in the investment committee. And the university does have a bigger mission and a bigger fundraising mission, so that all of the inflationary costs are not being pushed on to the students. So we are looking at trying to make it the first fully sustainable university in the nation, meaning that its power is coming from 100%, alternative energy sources. And there's a fiscal reason behind that too, because we know our power is going to be a lot more expensive in the future. But as part of trying to engage the donor base for the university, Jake and I were having a conversation about, does it make sense to try to bring in more alumni and have these more meaningful, deeper conversations with sustainability, with the people who are already part of this community, and how they can give back in a very meaningful way, as well as have conversations that will benefit themselves, their families, their generations to come. And so that was really the purpose for us, is to have that kind of connection and understand how this all fits together, because it's one big circle, and the more people that we can engage this way with this deeper understanding, it has, as you mentioned, there is a ripple effect for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And
Mhm.
now I want to talk a little bit about sort of tourism in general. What are your hopes and aspirations for the future of tourism?
I think it's important for people to recognize how we're all connected. And not everybody gets to travel. Not everybody gets to travel, but those leaders who have an opportunity to travel and experience the world in a way that is different from their experiences, their knowledge, their education, have an opportunity to share and engage those that don't have opportunities to travel in a deeper, meaningful way. And with the limited resources that we have on this planet, we have to do a better job at everybody working together. And I think for me, that would be the goal of tourism, is for people to gain a better understanding of how it's, we're all one, we're all interconnected. And things don't just show up on Amazon, at your door without this giant engagement from the supply chain and the rest of the world. And there's a huge disconnect for our younger generations and a lot of older generations too, where you have a very myopic view of your world. It needs to expand. Long answer, sorry.
Oh, don't apologize. I love that answer. It's perfect. Now I want to chat a little bit about wisdom. What do you feel the role of wisdom plays in tourism, not only today, but tomorrow, in the future?
I think there's a difference between travelers and tourism, right? I think that there's a big difference. And I think for very busy people, very busy executives, it's important to set aside time to connect with yourself, connect with those around you, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Let me try that again. I think it's very important to be able to connect with your world and with those around you on a deeper spiritual level. And when you have very busy executives, they have to calendar in the time. They have to schedule out that time to reach that higher, elevated spiritual destination. And travel and experiencing the world through new eyes forces us to do that. And then they have an opportunity to connect and bring back to their own communities.
Oh, I love that. I really, really felt that in my heart. That was really wonderful. I love that perspective. Why is transformational travel important to you personally?
I don't get to do enough of it.
Mm.
I don't get to do enough of it.
Yeah.
It's through these types of retreats that I find I have the most personal growth. And on Zoom. See, interruptions.
I love the timing couldn't have been better. I mean, perfect segue.
Yeah.
You're like, I just need a moment to connect with myself. Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. It's true. Let's see. How many other devices did I forget to turn off here?
Immediately case in point. Could have been more perfectly timed.
Yeah.
All right, I only have like two more questions.
Okay.
The next one is, if you could wave a magic wand and
Mm.
change just one aspect of tourism or travel, what would it be for you?
Oh God, people need to clean up after themselves. I mean, up here in Tahoe, it has really been, oh my goodness. You know, not this summer, 4th of July, but the 4th of July before. Um, we had a lot of tourism at the lake, and people went in and they bought disposable ice chests and inexpensive chairs, and they came to the lake and they walked, just literally got up and left it there.
Wow.
And garbage. We have a organization called Tahoe Blue.
Mhm.
It's a business. They sell vodka. They sponsor the Tahoe cleanup, where they go out with divers to pull beer cans off the bottom of the lake and God knows what else. And so, Tahoe is, we work very, very hard to keep this community beautiful. And whenever I travel locally or further away and I see how disrespectful people are with their garbage, it really bothers me. It's like, you know what? It could be, it's not that much of an effort, people, but it's
Yeah.
um yeah. So it would be, keeping things clean.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. And you see it all over the world. It's definitely not only Tahoe, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I actually lived in one of the most remote places in the world, in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, 1,200 miles away from any human civilization. What would
Yeah.
wash up on the beaches? Plastic and like you name it, I found it on the beach. So it's out
Yeah.
there. It's out
Yeah,
there.
and it's
Great.
also very disturbing to me that our ability to truly recycle is
Right.
is not very good. It's
Yeah.
not the real solution is more old style, right? More naturally recyclable fabrics, cloth bags instead of plastic bags, whenever possible.
Yeah.
Um, there's reasons for everything. I understand. And from a capitalist point of view, and I want to invest money in these companies that do the recycling. And when I hear about um, fake promises where they pick up recycling and then they just go and dump it someplace and they don't
Right.
really recycle, it really
Yeah.
bothers me, because it's like, how do you teach that? How do you get people to realize that it's finite, guys, it's finite.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. In closing, last question of the day. Do you just have any parting words of wisdom that you'd like to share? Any kind of statement that you feel is important to share?
yeah, money is a tool, and you have a choice of how that tool is used, and use it wisely.
Mm. That was a great, great wisdom nugget to leave us on. Thank you so much, Shane. I'm gonna.
I don't know if this was what you were looking for. I don't know what you're working on, Jen, but I'm sure it's going to
Perfect.
be amazing.
It's perfect. I'm gonna shut off our recording so we don't have to worry about
Okay.
that.